Meghan's divorce deal with Harry explodes. Palace headache of dealing with non-existent kids. Is the palace getting ready to feed us yet another lie? There are just way too many rumors from too many reliable sources flying around right now. There is no doubt in my mind that the divorce announcement is coming, and this is going to finally put Harry out of his misery, and us too. If people outside the palace gates understand what is happening here, then I'm sure the family knows too. Apparently, the con artists are not living as man and wife anymore, and they haven't been for a while. As Lady Colin Campbell said, they come together in front of the camera to keep the money rolling in. This phony show of unity is with the approval of Netflix for reasons that should be obvious to anyone with a brain. Harry tells anybody who will listen that he simply doesn't fit in with the people in Hollywood, and this shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. It was obvious. The big question, though, is how are they going to avoid explaining away the two invisible children that nobody has ever even seen? And this, my friends, is where the palace comes in. The divorce agreement is going to give Meghan sole custody of the invisibles. People are already wondering how two loving parents can spend so much time away from their kids, because as we have all witnessed, the two children never travel with them. The big lie of the kids is going to be sorted soon enough. I do find it rather disappointing that it seems like the palace is just playing along with the most ridiculous royal scam ever. If they really do try to claim that Meghan can just have sole custody, I'm angry that they're trying to fool everybody. The royal family has gotten itself into a complete mess caused by Meghan Markle, and it seems like they might be choosing to go down the route of lying to the public instead of just being transparent and telling the truth. I don't know if we're going to hear the figure of what Meghan Markle is going to be offered to walk away, but I kind of doubt it. This is, after all, how the family works. Payoffs from one of the world's wealthiest families has been the norm, as Prince Andrew can tell. But we know Meghan Markle's going to get something, and supposedly she will get sole custody of the kids. I just really don't like to see bad behavior rewarded. Both Harry and Meghan are living proof of this, and I understand that in the past the palace has always paid people off to get rid of them. In this particular situation, though, I believe they need to think outside the box. If they just buy off Meghan, I think it's going to blow up in their faces in a very big way. And if they just give Meghan sole custody of the invisibles, then it's going to make the royal family look like they believe that Meghan Markle is a better parent than Harry. That cannot be what they're supporting, right? If, as many people believe, there are no children born of the body, then the royal family can be the family that was trying to support the two of them getting mental health help, and that would be a good look for them. Due to Harry's admitted drug and alcohol problems, he would probably be construed as being incompetent, so he shouldn't have any sort of custody on any children. But if Harry's people can prove that Meghan has similar problems, which I believe, where would that leave the invisible children? NDA certainly wouldn't stop staff and friends from having to testify in court. If you ask me, if Meghan Markle gets full custody, then the titles of Prince and Princess and also Meghan's Duchess title should be taken away. I also read somewhere that Meghan Markle changed Archofficial's birth certificate, so she removed her real name and instead she put Her Royal Highness Duchess of Sussex. I thought that she wasn't even allowed to use the HRH. Something very strange is going on here. But you know what, Meghan Markle, what goes around comes around, and boy is it coming for you. I do worry, though, this is going to spell trouble for the king. I mean, maybe Meghan won't say anything more about the royal family, but still, she can get other people to say it for her. If the king gives her full custody of the invisible kids, then he's really playing into her hand. He would also be doing a big favor to people who have been supporting Meghan Markle and Republicans as a whole. I worry about what that's going to mean for the future of the monarchy. He would be much better off if he would just tell the truth, because so many people would support him. But if everybody finds out that he lied, then that's a different story. This mess should have been sorted a long time before now. Just please let the information come out, all of it. People are going to feel vindicated. Some people will feel angry, of course. Some are going to be shouting and screaming. Some are going to have some important questions. And then, poof, it's all going to be over. It's going to be a lot better, though, if the royal family and the palace just gets it over with and tells the truth. They owe the truth to the citizens of the UK and all their other realms. Everyone is going to know that Prince Harry couldn't have thought up this scheme all on his own. He was forced to go along with Meghan's insanity. It's about time that he owns up to it. He needs to take accountability for his role in all of this. I mean, he's the red-headed boy wonder. He owes his family and his country that much. And how about instead of paying Meghan Markle a lot of money, they can donate it to people who actually need it? It's important that evil woman is never awarded for her nastiness. It's time to remember all of her lies and how she acted during the final days of Prince Philip. And let's not forget about how she treated the lovely late Queen before and during her final days. And yes, of course, Meghan Markle's going to tell more lies, but you know what? She's going to do that no matter what. It's about time the royal family draws a line in the sand, and they need to send Meghan Markle packing without one penny. How could we forget how she treated that sweet little Princess Charlotte? As we say in America, somebody should have wiped up the floors with her. A royal expert, though, is doubting if the king would continue to collude in such a big lie. If he thinks he can wash his hands of the whole murky scam by saying that Meghan has been given sole custody of the kids, he would be mistaken. The royal expert said he can't be so dense to think that by putting the ball in her court and letting her deal with the mess she has created, they would have nothing further to do with it. You can bet reporters would continue to harass Harry and the royal family with questions about the children way into the future. It would be like a sword hanging over his head perpetually, and he would be giving Meghan Markle the power to hold them all to ransom over it. She would threaten to write tell-alls and speak her truth, and would keep leaking ever-changing stories just to keep herself in the news, continue her association with the royal family, and portray herself as an innocent trapped by the royal family. And then the royal family would be in a state of stress forever. And this scam is also just not sustainable. They all need to come clean, and they just need to start over the best way they can. If Meghan is done for after the truth comes out, well, all right then, she deserves it. Harry's also going to have to get creative to find a way out of the hole that he has dug for himself. But the royal family can survive this storm like they have all the rest. Once the truth comes out and they reveal why they covered up the truth, eventually people would just be happy that they confessed. People would be relieved that this whole mess is over, and everybody would just be able to get on with their lives. And of course, it would be talked about for a long time, but at least it would be a story from the past. It wouldn't be this ongoing melodrama. Harry's pitiful mental health state has got to have been a contributing factor in this whole thing. King Charles's main concern is for the survival of his son. I understand that. Harry really has painted himself into a corner. Considering Harry's problems with drugs and alcohol, I'm sure the royal family is worried that he might OD either accidentally or otherwise. And as for that witch Meghan Markle, well, she'll survive because she's like a cockroach. Maybe she'll get married again, another rich sucker if she can find one, or she could go into business with her close friend Marcus Anderson, maybe as a celebrity madam or through marketing a line of sex toys like her hero Gwyneth Paltrow. You know, Meghan and Marcus make a pretty good couple if you ask me. They have so much potential. Harry was never supposed to be a part of Meghan's final act, though. If Meghan cannot sell the invisible children, well, she's going to throw them aside as well. And you, do you agree with these views in my video? If yes, please like and share it with anyone else who would enjoy it. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.